Welcome in for some 814 fun. We're joined by Dave Kiowa from Fine Wine and Good Spirits, but today we're calling it Fine Wine and Good Cheese.
Yes.
Because tomorrow is National Cheese Lovers Day.
What a great day.
I know, and you had a really great idea to talk about different cheeses and what pairs very nicely with them, Dave.
Yes, being a wine and foodie my whole life, I can tell you one thing that's absolutely fabulous is having a piece of cheese in one hand and a wine glass in the other.
Is this your dream?
This is, well,
This is it.
This isn't a dream because I do this on a regular basis, of course.
Yes.
It is a reality. So what I picked for you today and our audience is a variety of cheeses and a variety of wines.
Very
now what I'm
nice.
going to ask you to do, this is really tough duty, Rebecca, but you're going to
trained
taste
for this.
You're going to taste the wine.
Okay.
You're going to taste the cheese, then you're going to taste the wine again.
And it will taste different.
Absolutely.
This is going to taste different after I've had the cheese.
Absolutely. So let's
Okay.
talk about the first one, for example.
Sure, so I'm going to take a sip.
So the first one we have Teton Brut Champagne. So this is a champagne from the Champagne region of France. And across the palate, you're noticing a little bit of green apple,
Yes.
some lemon, and a lot of brioche. Now we're
Yes.
going to take and pair that with another French delicacy called
Okay.
Brie cheese.
Brie.
Now Brie has incredible creaminess,
Okay.
but also just a little bit of earthiness too.
Okay.
So as you taste that, you're going to notice that creaminess coming through and how delicious and savory it is. Now,
Very creamy
it is.
and savory. Now I'm making sure I chewed it all. You gave me specific instructions. And
Well,
now
there's no wrong way to do this, really.
I'm just going off what my coach is saying. I'm in training right now.
So now when you notice you taste it a second time, now it has
I
a cleansing
Yes.
feeling on the palate. The acidity in the champagne, what that does is it starts to cleanse the palate and takes that fatty creaminess that we get from Brie and scrubs it away.
Right across the tongue.
It
yes,
does.
like you're at one point it's very enjoyable and soft and you taste that fattiness, and then as soon as you have this, it just washes it right away.
So the Brie's better because of the champagne, and the champagne's better because of the Brie.
Yeah, so these all go, they are the perfect pair, the perfect duo.
They are.
Oh, I love it.
So
okay,
we're going to
next?
move on to some of the red wine world, and
Okay.
this is Recientes Rioja Gran Reserva. So this comes from the Rioja region of France, or I'm sorry, Spain. Rioja, Spain.
Okay.
And it is a Tempranillo-based wine. Now we're going to pair that with a Manchego that has been aged for 12 months.
Okay.
So Manchego comes to us from Manchega sheep. So the Manchega sheep give us the milk, and we turn it into Manchego cheese.
Okay.
And it's been aged for 12 months, so that removes a lot of the water. Now the reason why we're using a Rioja Gran Reserva from Spain is because it's more muscular. It spent 2 years in oak,
very
and it
strong.
spent 3 years additionally in the bottle. So I always like a saying, if it grows together, it goes together. Manchega sheep are from central Spain, Rioja wine from central Spain. And you're going to see the magic when you put this together.
This was very nice.
It's got some fruitiness,
Okay.
but yet some
Like
tannins.
cherries.
So we have some dark fruits like plums and cherries, but we also have some fairly stiff tannins. So when we
I
put
like
it,
this one.
yeah.
Okay, very nice. Wow. I never thought I liked sheep cheese.
It's a mature cheese, so you need a mature wine.
Oh.
Now
very
notice
nice.
when you taste that, you're going to start to see it diffuse
Wow.
some of the tannins in the wine.
It does.
Now it doesn't feel quite as tannic or quite as bold because the proteins love to seek out tannins, and with that they diffuse each other. We're going to
Really?
see a very good example of that
is
in
so
the next one.
good. I love that. And you know, I can say it, I'm not normally a big red wine person, but as soon as you paired it with that yummy cheese, it made a big difference. Let's see what's next, Dave.
Well, so now we're moving on to Buchetti's Barolo. So Buchetti is the producer of this wine that's made 100% from Nebbiolo grapes in the northern part of Italy in a place called Piemonte. Now, Barolo wine is noted for its extreme tannins and its very floral essence in the glass. And if you notice, this wine actually has been aged so long, it's a little bit bricky. It almost kind of looks a little bit orange around the edges.
See that. When you say tannins, what does that exactly mean?
That's a great question, and I'm glad you asked. So tannins are the things that make our mouth feel dry. They make it feel a little bit furry. So if you notice when you're drinking red wine, you'll start to feel around your cheeks and around your palate that kind of furriness or astringency.
Yes, almost like a little bit of a pucker, like
Exactly.
an inside pucker that you do in your mouth.
Exactly.
Okay, so I tasted those tannins.
So you taste the tannins in the Barolo wine. Now we're going to pair that with an aged Beamster Gouda out of Holland.
Okay.
And this cheese is a cow's milk cheese, and it's been aged for 26 months. So you feel how hard that cheese is?
It was hard to the bite.
Almost all of the liquid's been removed from that, and it's very hard. And because of that, it's been aged. It has a very deep, almost nutty persona that's a little bit salty.
Yes, I'm tasting all of this, Dave.
So now, when you reintroduce the
Let's
Barolo,
reintroduce.
you're going to start to see how those tannins that jumped out and were so scary at first, now
Not
kind
so
of
scary.
they're not so scary anymore.
Dave, I thought we just did this for fun at dinner parties. I didn't realize that there really is a science behind why you pair cheese with different wines and champagnes. And what is this?
Okay, so now we go on to a Terroir Rivasol Ombre.
Okay.
So this is a whole lot of French to mean this is a vin du naturel, a naturally sweet wine that's been fortified with brandy. So this basically is the French version of what a tawny port would be. This has spent 18 years in a single barrel.
That's
so it
just
gets
a beautiful bottle.
It's beautiful.
Very
It is
beautiful.
truly like drinking liquid creme brulee.
Oh.
I am not exaggerating.
I'm excited. So this is
Give a
gonna be
little
sweet.
sniff to that and take a sip.
Okay.
It is unbelievable, the flavor of this.
Okay.
So, why wouldn't we try to match it with a pungent, ridiculous cheese like blue cheese?
I
So-
don't know if these two are going to go together, Dave.
Well, if Dave says it goes together, it goes together.
Yes,
but
we
you're going
know.
to see the magic here in
Okay,
just a few
very
seconds.
good. And it is sweet, not too much of that brandy. You'd think it would burn. Very, not
Almost
like
has
that.
a butterscotch
Yeah,
type
butterscotch.
of flavor to it. Yes, that's a wine that's
Okay.
been fortified, so it has a little bit extra alcohol in it. But when we take a blue cheese, so blue cheese is
Beautiful.
a creamy cheese that we poke holes in and introduce penicillium mold.
Yes.
Then we expose that to air and let that mold just kind of run through the cheese.
So there's a little antibiotic properties in this.
That's
This
right.
is good for me, Dave.
With all the COVID going around, look at this. This is going to help protect you. Not really. Don't take that to the bank. That's not medical
Okay.
advice. I'm
very
just having
good,
fun.
creamy blue cheese, very fun.
Yes.
Nice on the palate. Okay.
But pungent, right? Blue
Strong.
cheese is pungent. It's got a lot of kind of stinky aromas and very pungent flavors on the palate.
Yes, I tasted it. It was kind
Good.
of like a whoa. Okay.
Now wait till you taste this. This Rivasol Ombre, it sets off fireworks on your palate. It really
Wow.
does. Not only does it coat and kind of encapsulate the pungency of the blue cheese, but the two just complement the sweet and the pungent.
So good.
It's amazing.
We're going to have this listed all on our website. Real quick, people, Dave, how can viewers find more of these wonderful treats?
Yes, so you can always go to the Studio 814 website, of course. That's the source for all of these type of segments. But we have a lot of this out on our website, which is finewineandgoodspirits.com. And you can also find us on all types of social media, from Facebook to Pinterest to Instagram. And
You got
if
it.
there's any of the ones I forgot, we're
Everywhere.
on those too.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dave Kiyawa from Fine Wine and Good Spirits. These are great. Joe, I saw you making a funny face at the blue cheese, but I think if you had it paired with this, you might have a different opinion.
There probably is nothing in this world will have me liking blue cheese. Yeah.
No? You don't want me to deliver some during your weather hit?
No.
Okay.
No. Now, if I was off the clock, the other stuff,
Might
liquid
give it a
creme
go.
brulee, yeah.
It is pretty good.
Yeah, I would do that off the clock, but yeah, not the blue cheese. The other hard cheese